Several Ukrainian long-range drones were intercepted as they approached the Russian capital on New Year's Eve, according to Moscow Mayor Sergey Sobyanin. Writing on Telegram, just before midnight, Sobyanin said Russian air defense forces destroyed a UAV flying toward Moscow at 11:55 p.m., moments before President Vladimir Putin began his traditional New Year's address. Another drone was shot down shortly after midnight. Between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., 7 more unmanned aerial vehicles were intercepted, Sobyanin added. No casualties or damage were reported, and emergency services were dispatched to the crash sites. As a precaution, flights were temporarily suspended at Moscow's Domodedovo Airport. The incident followed another large-scale drone attack the previous day. According to Moscow Region Governor Andrei Vorobyov, Russian air defenses downed at least 21 Ukrainian drones. One 57-year-old man suffered shrapnel wounds to his back and arm during that attack. In recent months, Ukraine has intensified long-range drone operations deep inside Russian territory, targeting infrastructure and residential areas. Moscow has described the strikes as terrorist attacks and says it has responded with retaliatory strikes on Ukrainian military and drone production facilities. The New Year's Eve incident also comes days after an attempted drone attack on President Putin's state residence in Russia's Novgorod region on December 28th and 29th. Russia's defense ministry says all 91 drones launched at the presidential compound were intercepted and destroyed. It has released video footage showing one of the downed UAVs, identified as a Ukrainian-made Chaklin V reconnaissance and strike drone that had been modified for attack purposes. According to a Russian serviceman featured in the footage, the drone's warhead contained a large number of fragmentation elements intended to target personnel and civilians. The drone remained largely intact after being hit, an outcome the serviceman described as highly unusual. The Defense Ministry also published a map tracing the drone's flight paths, stating that 49 were shot down over Bryansk region, 1 over Smolensk region, and 41 over Novgorod region. Russian officials have characterized the attempted strike on the presidential residence as an act of state terrorism. Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov has condemned the attack and warned that Moscow's response would be non-diplomatic. The Kremlin has further suggested that the drone attack was aimed not only at Russia's leadership, but also at undermining international efforts, including those by US President Donald Trump, to pursue a negotiated settlement of the Ukraine conflict. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has denied that the attack on Putin's residence took place. Russia's defense ministry rejected that claim, saying Zelensky was either unaware of the situation or deliberately misleading the public. As the conflict enters the new year, Moscow says the escalation underscores growing risks, even during moments traditionally reserved for ceasefires and reflection.